NB3Z, W3MMR.
Yeah, W3MMR. Now I really cut back on the audio. How's that?
Yeah, it's much better. Still got a little bit of the hum in there, but it definitely cleaned the audio up a lot. Yeah, I'd roll with that. Definitely sounded much better.
Fine business. Thank you much. You guys be good. NB3Z out.
All right, Al. I guess he's Al here, up in Lebanon. Over Lebanon. Somewhere in Lebanon. I'm in Delaware County here in Chester, right southwest of Philadelphia. Sounding good. 7-3. NB3Z from W3MMR.
Hey, Al, before you go, this is Clark, N1HCG in southwestern Connecticut, and a big, big signal here from that Globe Scout.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, well, that's not all it's on it. I got two Ford Dash 100s on the other end of it. Finally got this thing modulating correctly, but the hum is you know, that's par for the course with this. Now I can get rid of that. But just getting back from a lightning strike this spring. I fixed the antenna, fixed the Collins receiver here, got the Globe Scout going. Everything seems to be half decent, so I thank you very much, and you guys have at it, and this thing seems to be working. A little bit more fixing and I'll be there. Hey, thanks, and you all have a great signal here. This is NB3Z out.
Well, actually, before you go, Perry, I think, was steering you in the right direction. If you turn the audio down just a little bit more, I think it'll really clean things up, because there is a big improvement, but it could just a little more down, and you might be golden.
Oh, that's a little more down. Now, I don't know how that's working. I have a clipper here. If I put that in, I don't know how that'll do. I'll have to bring the audio up for the clipping level to work. So I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just let it the way it is. I'll try to experiment with that later. It's a good time of the day down here. Everything's some intermod on the 2-meter rig back here. But anyway, these all sound great. No problem, and I hope that cleaned me up about where I need to be. I mean, I could get back further here. I wouldn't probably have that, because it's actually here in the transformer in there. So, not with a D104 hanging on it. And I'm not hitting it hard at all. 40 watts. That's about it. NB3Z.
W2SDR. Much better.
W2SDR.
Yeah, much better.
Well, this pop out of the speaker with the 140. Phew.
Oh, what? About the 140?
The speaker pop.
Yeah, when you key up.
When you unkey.
Well, one of the two. How is that receiver compared to your 160? Which one do you like better?
I don't know. This one might be a little broader frequency response, but I don't like the pop. It's loud.
Yeah, I hear you. That's what I think the difference is between the 140 and my NC303, the frequency response. Definitely have a wider filter on the 303 as opposed to the 140.
No, this is wider than the 160, this one. Now, see, these have to be sweep aligned. If that's out of alignment, if you can align that thing, like make it really narrow sounding. So that's why it's very important with the 140s to sweep align them.
You know, it's an easy way to do that. You get an SDR and you set it up for the IF frequency, and you look at the shape of the IF as you tweak things. It's amazing.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, these SDRs, there's so much stuff you can do with them.
Yeah, you get something like an SDR IQ, and say you got, just pick like 455 kilohertz or 50 kilohertz or whatever. You set it up, and you just get it close to the IF component at the end of the IF chain, and as you tweak the IF cams, you can see the shape of the IF change. You see the whole bandwidth of the IF, and you can adjust it for how you want it to look.
I didn't know that. Yeah, this Anon, it won't go that high in frequency, unfortunately. Highest it'll go is up to 6.
No, that's not what he means. You tune the Anon to 455.
Okay.
And then you watch the IF of the receiver that you're aligning.
Oh, okay. I got you. I understand. Sorry, I understand now.
Please pay attention.
You're gonna smack me in the hand, my fingers with the ruler.
Well, see, this removes the B plus of the entire receiver when you unkey and key, and when you unkey, it's like puts it back on, and it's like whammo.
Yeah, it's felt like on mine when I got a little subwoofer hooked up to it and an audio amplifier. It's like deafening.
All right, I know this is like a boomerang topic change, but it's very brief. Have you guys heard that quorum at all in the past week or so?
Yeah, I heard it the other day.
Oh, I thought it had gone awry. I guess not.
I haven't heard it as much, but I did hear it the other day, 3 or 4 days ago.
I got a warp, but I'm pretty sure that's local. I've heard the but not in a while. But I got a whole lot of warp. I know. I should have a net. Identify the sound net, and everybody could play the RFI that they're experiencing.
Man, you don't want to. If it was a week ago, man, you guys would probably want to jump off a bridge if you heard what it sounded like in my house.
Yeah, I got a new one that's driving me insane. It's parked right from 3860 to 3900, like right there. And you can see it very clearly on the pan adapter.
Get a receiving loop antenna.
What's it look like, Phil? Or what is it?
It's like a plateau. It's just a bunch, and it appears a couple of other places as well. I have 2 receiving loops, and that's the only way I'm able to receive anything now. My big antenna is compromised with all the noise, but the loops I can dial this stuff out with.
Yeah, I have. I'm sure you have an SDR, and you know what I'm talking about, like them little spikes. You like spike balls, I call them, or buzzsaw looking things. Then I have one from 3860 to about 3882. It seems to be gone in the middle of the night. I'll shut the receiver off at 8 or the transmitter off at 8 or 9 o'clock. I wake up early in the morning at 5 and it's not there, but it seems to come on somewhere between 6:45 and 10 after 7 every day, and it's pretty nasty.
W2PHL, yeah. It's annoying because you get stuff. It's like whack-a-mole, It's like one thing goes away and then something else pops up. But this particular noise showed up, and then I watched it drift up the band, and it settled like about 50 kilohertz above here, and I'm like, all right, I can live with that. And then the next day it was a little closer, and the next day after that it was a little closer, and now it's just completely parked right over the AM window. It's crazy. But it's okay. I'm spinning my little loops. Got my little MFJ box nulling stuff out. It's a lot of fun. It's like I'm like in a World War II submarine here. I got all these like knobs and dials. I got to constantly adjust the trim to keep this thing running.
KC2UDZ.
Hey, Ken. That's funny. Well, I was thinking about trying a loop. The old man has a receiving loop that he doesn't use. He offered to let me borrow it. If this noise here persists, this is an annoyance, but it's not. My noise floor is so much better than what it was a month ago, so I shouldn't even really be complaining. But you know as well as I do, Phil, trying to find out where all these noises are coming from, because there's so many different ones, man. You're pulling your hair out. You're not pulling your hair out, yeah.
Did you just watch that one drift by, Phil? The one I went past?
Hey, Ken, how you doing?
Not too bad. Did you watch? I was just watching one cover you guys up and then move up. It's about 39.10 right now. Did you see that?
Ken, your signal just went down in that toilet. I can't even hear you.
Yeah, I'm running no power over here, Phil. Anyway, maybe Perry heard me. I don't know if you saw it on a pan adapter, but I was watching it.
No, I didn't see it down here. Phil, he was asking if there was some RFI that drifted up, I guess, through the window here and then up to about 39.10 and parked there. Are you seeing anything like that?
Well, yeah, it's probably local to you, Ken. No, I don't see. I mean, that's why I was kind of kidding about the noise that I hear. But it's funny because I just thought that was local to me too. So it doesn't hurt to ask. Because I was like, oh, okay. But then it turns out everyone else was hearing that. But no, Ken, sorry, I'm not hearing anything at the moment.
Second here. Let's see if this is working right. Yeah, it'll do for now. Anyway, I kicked on the afterburner. Yeah, I just watched it come through. I didn't know if you had seen it, but anyway, good evening.
W2SDR.
MMR. I'll be right back. I gotta fire the oven up and throw in a pizza. I'll be back in a couple minutes. W3MMR.
Hello, Ken. Good to hear you on. Hey, what's happening? Yeah, I'm looking around here. Nothing looks tuned up. But anyway, I just wanted to interject that statement about that noise that it just drifts by. It's like like those guys on, trucking. The guys with his leg out, and he's just like trucking along. It's just that signal. It's like a hump of noise, and it just moves across the band, and it just covered them up and just moved on up the band.
Clark, I just heard.
Oh, that may be the Boston Buzzy. That's that Ionis sound or whatever. Ken, what does it sound like? Is RFI that sort of drifts in frequency is usually a switching power supply. Yeah, give me a second. Let me get this thing straight now. Hold on a second. This space for rent. That's not all right. Close enough for government work. Hold on a second. I need this thing straight. That'll work for now. Anyway, it's just like a hiss. That's all it sounds like, just a hiss. And it just drifts. It's a little mound. You see it on the pan adapter, and it just drifts. It's maybe, I don't know, S6, 7, and it just drifts on by. One of those things to keep us on our feet, I guess. Actually, looking at the pan adapter now, it is at 3877 or so. It's right there, and it's moving towards us.
Isn't that exciting? It's coming our way. Seek shelter.
Here it comes.
Well, something just streaked across my pan adapter. I went brrr, like that, and it was very quick, like a meteor.
That's the ionosphere. I got to look that up. I'm giving the wrong information. That's that. It sweeps most of the HF band, and that's done by some university, Wesleyan or something like that. I forgot. But they actually transmit this rapidly sweeping, and it's ionosphere radar to measure how high the ionosphere is. It just ate you. Well, I don't digest well, so it can plan on getting an upset stomach.
So, Clark, you're talking about the one that goes, moves itself, up the band. Then there's the other one that goes flying by like a race car.
Yeah, the one is the one I'm talking about. Affectionately termed the Boston Buzzy.
Oh, see, I thought the Boston Buzzy was the race car. Okay, now I know the difference between the two. Oh my God. Now the Boston Buzzy goes.
We're going to have the 3885 guide to RFI, and then we'll mail out inserts every few months that you can add to keep up to date. I like the race car, though, man. I think I was cruising right on by.
This could be like extraterrestrial stuff, and you guys, like mimicking the sound, you might catch the right tone, and it might answer back, and that could be the end of mankind.
Yeah, like what was it, Independence Day, where they started to hear the spaceship, and they're sticking their ear up to the speaker. We could see the mothership coming, and we could hone in on the right, the low frequency oscillations of the mothership.
Yeah, it could spell trouble for us.
Oh, here comes the CW from wherever it's coming from.
France.
Yeah, they're coneheads.
Yeah, I gotta go help Mom with the dinner. I'll be back. I am Dr. Remulak.
I don't hear any CW.
Well, I hear it on the WebSDR. Sometimes I hear it down here probably around 9 or 10 o'clock. It starts to come in here.
Why are you listening to the WebSDR?
I'm doing a recording.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done some audio mods of this 140. I forgot about that. I can't remember some of the ones that I did, but I've put some negative feedback into this years and years ago. That's why it sounds the way it does. I can tell you what I did if you're interested in for you.
Yeah, I would be interested because those caps are here. I gotta get that thing on the bench and put those caps and stuff in that I got. So when I have it apart, I could do that.
You hear that guy in there?
No.
I think it's that D Expedition at Pitcairn Island guy.
Yeah, he's 180 meter AM hammering down.
No, he's got his crystal calibrator on it. It's so quiet here, I can hear it.
Uh-oh, smoke detector's going off.
Uh-oh. It's a pizza fire. It's a real ham. Gets on 75 AM and sets the smoke detectors off.
Yeah, Perry, hurry up. There's nothing worse than crunchy pepperoni. Save that pizza.
Oh, it's saved. It does it every time I turn my oven on. It always causes my smoke detector to go off. And my dog does not like it.
That guy's on 3880.
Yeah, I do. I can see his carrier. I can't really hear him though.
Well, so you're on the Anon?
Yes. Let me switch over to the other rig. I haven't been on that in a while. It's been sitting over there on. I'll be back. W3MMR.
W3SDR.
Oh, you're a three-lander now.
W2SDR.
That's right.